Hi, I'm Tim Andrews.
And I'm Jackie DeVito, and welcome to the Courageous Hearts podcast.
Welcome, you guys.
Yay! I have been waiting to do this show because I think this next topic is like insane. It has made. Why are you laughing at me? It has, like, this is my work on the daily.
Yeah.
Daily
Yeah.
is the victim triangle.
It's everyone's work, actually, on the daily. Well,
Some more than
Yeah,
others.
some more than others. Some more than others. It's everyone's, though. It is. I know we have talked about this multiple times. It is across the board that we say it. My old mentor used to say it, Dave. He would be the water that we swim in is victim water. And if we don't know that, then we're in victim.
Yeah.
And that shows up everywhere we go. If there was, a different this, then there would be a different outcome. If the store had this, then this would be a better store. If it's everywhere all the time. If she did this, I'd feel better. If he did that, the relationship would be better. If them, that, they, those, there were different, my life would be different.
Yeah. So, victim triangle is something we do in our workshops.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important because it is a huge factor in how we do conflict,
Mm-hmm.
in how we relate to our partners, and how we relate to the world, to our children. And it's basically an upside down triangle.
Yep.
And then on the top is the persecutor,
Yep.
the rescuer,
Yep.
and on the bottom is the victim.
Right.
And this comes from the psychologist Karpman. I forgot his first name, but it's Karpman. And it's all about how we just go round and round and round on this triangle. And normally we enter the triangle at one point.
Yep.
So either persecutor, which is the angry victim.
Right.
Rescuer, which is the I'm going to help you so that I can feel important. And if you don't do it my way, or you don't thank me, or the strings attached to this rescuing aren't to my pleasing, which eventually they won't be, then I go into victim. Then people go into victim. And then victim is at the bottom, which is like regular woe is me, everybody's against me, my life sucks type thing. So we go round and round and round and round.
And the two on the top, the reason it's upside down, persecutor and rescuer on the top, because when you're persecuting and when you're rescuing, you do feel powerful. It's a powerful spot. It doesn't last. It runs into itself, or it goes down into victim, or however one does it. I know I enter through rescue most of the time, and then, if not all the time, I think I go through rescue all the time. I'll rescue, and then someone won't show up the way that I want them to show up, and I'll be right down in victim, boom. And I don't stay there that long because I shoot up into persecutor really quickly. And withhold, shut down, become sarcastic for me, really start messing with your mind. It's another way that I can do that because I remember everything, so I can really start doing things that make people feel really crazy. Yeah, it's not one of my better suits.
Yeah, I think, I thought I always went in through persecutor, but I think I actually go in through rescuer as well. Because how that normally happens for me is that I'll do something I don't want to do.
Right.
So I will clean up the kitchen after my kids, made a mess, instead of like saying, hey, come downstairs and clean up the kitchen.
Right.
And then it'll happen again. So I don't set the boundary. Then it'll happen again, and I'll still clean it up. So it's almost like rescuer and persecutor all at the same time.
Right.
Because I get angry with them, and then I'm like upset. Then another way I persecute is that I call everybody I know to complain about whatever just happened in my life. And then how I do victim is I feel alone. I feel not considered, not valued, unappreciated. Like I worked all day and I come home, and then there's this mess and nobody's cleaning up, and and then I'm round and round and round. Why don't you tell our viewers, our listeners, the way off the triangle?
Oh, it's through responsibility. I was thinking I was thinking about one of the triangles that I had because it's really you don't really necessarily notice it all the time. But I remember I was taking my mom's car in to sell it. So I'm rescuing. In that moment, I'm rescuing. I'm taking my mom's car in to sell it. She has a Tesla. I'm taking it in to sell it. I'm trying to make everything okay and make that an easier process for her. And when I take it in to sell it, we don't have what we need. Like it's a Tesla. She doesn't remember her email. She doesn't remember. I mean, it just goes on and on. It was like an act of Congress to get out of this car if you don't have the information that you need. And I'm like, why don't you have the? And so then I'm in victim. Like, oh, I don't have. Like once again, I'm trying to do stuff. I'm being, I'm doing this stuff for my mom. Always doing stuff for my mom, and now I can't sell this car because she doesn't remember anything. That's the victim piece, and then the depth of that is, where I go into is, and then I tell everybody the story. I'm yelling at my mom who doesn't even know what I'm yelling about, and I come from that real place of and I can feel it inside.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a mess.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a mess, and when and so just for a hint, when you're not feeling powerful and free, you're on the victim triangle. If you're not feeling powerful and free, you're on it. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're that. That's just, if you're not powerful and free, you're on the victim triangle. I kind of understood that, that in that moment. It took some time. I'm not telling you I made it to a place that I would have wanted to sooner. I went home. I don't know. It was a mess anyway. We didn't, we didn't get to sell the car. I believe I was talking to you. You had a commitment that night that you were doing something that night. If I do remember, you were doing something that night. And then I just started like processing, and I was like, how am I responsible for this entire experience? Because responsibility is the way off. And I just kept thinking, like, how am I responsible for this experience? And then it came to me, the reason I was responsible is I didn't do my research. I didn't do any research. I didn't even know what. I knew it was an electric car, but I didn't know what the difference was between selling this car. I didn't have I mean, it was just, it was, and you said this to me before, I did not plan, and therefore it wound up a mess. And I blamed, my mom, circumstances, Tesla,
damn Elon Musk.
Yeah. I was all over the place with this thing. Like I'm just gonna fucking take a ball peen hanger to the car. Excuse my language. I'm gonna take a ball pin hammer to the car. I'm gonna run it into the wall. I mean, it was just. It's so when I took the responsibility and I was like, how can I create what I want here? And what I do want is for the car to be sold so that we don't have to worry about my mom getting into the car anymore. And then I researched it, and then I felt powerful and free.
Yeah.
That was it. I have multiple. These victim triangles happen all the time. If we're aware of it, it's funny. We were listening. We were listening to. I just see it happen all the time to me. We're listening to Alexander Hamilton today. You're enthusiastic about it. I don't know anything about it. Okay, you're enthusiastic about it. I don't know anything about it. I'm just really aware, like how I work. I could see how that. I did not, but I could see how that could slide into the victim triangle. I can see it for me, because I don't feel included. I don't feel included, and then I would move into victim, and then how I would move into revenge. I can see it. I would be disassociated, and I would be like, oh, we got to listen to this again, or oh, we got to do this, or can you change the station? But responsibility, it just happens this quickly. Responsibility, excuse me, responsibility happens though when I say, just get interested. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're being excluded. Get interested in the song. And then, I mean, this took 2 seconds. This was not a big thing, but it's that quick for me.
Me too.
Yeah, like it wasn't a big thing at all. And then I went into being interested, and then I also went into being happy that you were happy. Like, I'm your partner. I want you to be happy. I want you to be like joyful. I want you to sing. And then I just went into like, be happy that Jackie's happy. And I'm telling you, this is a split second thing that happens for me. This wasn't a long, this was just like, and then really paying attention to like, oh, that's my victim. That's just my victim. And so it's directly connected to circles of beliefs and things of that nature where I'm not included or I'm not, whatever. No one sees me. There's there's not actually a lot of them. There's a few of them, but I saw it. I could see it in the, I didn't know we were going to talk about victim triangle today. I could see it in that moment though, because it's happening all the time.
Yeah.
And so first be aware. And then for me, first be aware and then take responsibility for what you want.
Yeah.
I want to be connected. I want you to be happy. You being happy is me being happy. I want you to be happy. And it's not that I'm not happy. Just got to know something. But I just found that really interesting this morning when we were driving here and just how quick. And then when I got interested in, that's Alexander Hamilton. And who she knows every song, every word, every song about. Which then she knows. That's the funny thing about it. She knows every word to every song, every genre. Period. And
I can't sing, which is like horrible.
That's actually not true. She actually does have a good voice. She thinks she doesn't.
Maybe to talk, but I can't sing.
No, you can sing.
Like horrible.
You could sing if you got tone. Anyway, that's
like you could sing if.
Sidebar. Huh? I didn't say if. No, I said you got tone. I said you could sing. The point was that her enthusiasm. I don't even know what I was talking about at this point.
But it's funny about the Hamilton thing, right? Because my daughters and I watched Hamilton.
Right.
And I was like, whatever, I'll watch Hamilton. It was on Disney. And the music is so good. So then we started listening to the soundtrack in the car. And then it is like when everybody's fighting in the car or somebody, like my kids already know, put on Hamilton. And like everybody comes together and sings.
Right.
So my oldest has two best friends. And one of them watched Hamilton and one of them didn't. And we were on a road trip. I think we were down to the Keys or something. And we put it on and everybody's singing. And the one girl that didn't know it got really upset.
Sure.
Like she was just like looking out the window the whole time. So it's amazing. First of all, how all encompassing being in victim can be. Like it is instant. It is can really, really, really. For me, it can take me down. It can. I know I bring this example up, but like a bad Starbucks order can ruin my day. Like I will spiral. That they fucked up my order at Starbucks and now I gotta drink this shitty coffee and something as easy as that can throw me off. So it is a constant. For me, I know I'm in victim when I don't know that I have other options.
Yep.
Like I cannot. So I'm sophisticated enough in my work that I can recognize when I'm in victim because I could not recognize it for a very long time. People would say you're in victim and I'd be like, what are you talking about? These are facts.
Yep.
These are facts. This is what happens and this is what is going on in my life right now. So now I like at least have gotten to the point where like I know when I'm doing it.
Yep.
And sometimes I'm like, look, I just need to be here for a minute. Like I need to feel this. I need to feel bad about this. I need to feel bad about myself. I need to have my pity party.
Yep.
And I don't even mean that in a shameful way. Like sometimes I just need to feel what I need to feel. But the awareness around it is super powerful. Because I know then, okay, I'm in it and I'm ready to get out of it. And that could be 5 minutes, it could be 5 hours. But at least I'm in control of it. But sometimes, especially when it's around when it concerns my kids, it's really hard for me to see that there are options for me. I feel hopeless.
Which is just the bottom of the barrel of victim.
Or helpless.
Hopeless, helpless.
Yeah.
Inadequate, all that, no power. It's at the bottom of the barrel of the victim. And to our point, acknowledging. And there's another way, like when you're deep in this too, just to acknowledge, take a breath, put your hand on your heart, and be there for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, be there for yourself. I think I've had a lot of practice. I mean, the car today isn't a big deal. And on some levels, 10 of those experiences are.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, if we're popping in and out of these all day,
Yeah, and we are.
I know I
If you're
am.
not recognizing it. And so the point that we'd like to get across here is that you create your own world all the time.
Yeah.
You're the one doing that. You know, where attention flows, energy goes. Period. And the depth of the awareness and the feeling that goes on inside, that's something that always triggers me. Is I literally have a feeling. I can feel it in my body.
Yeah.
And when I pay attention to that feeling, I have an option in that moment to breathe into it and to actively look to change a moment or connect with myself.
Yeah. I think when we get over the word victim, because first of all, when it was said to me, I didn't like it. When I bring it to my client's attention,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the instant,
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck do you mean
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing victim? So we got to get over the word or what we make it mean about ourselves, and just notice that we get to return back to our axis of control.
Yep.
Like, what can I control
Mm-hmm.
in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Because victim just means something outside of ourselves
Right.
is in control.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that we're not victimized at times. It doesn't mean that bad things don't happen in our life. It doesn't mean that, there aren't some horrible things that happen in this life. It just means that we get to have some autonomy over how we react, what we choose to pay attention to, what we choose to believe. Because the moment that we believe that 100% of our life, something outside of ourselves is 100% responsible, we're screwed.
Yep. We are. We are.
Choosing forgiveness is
Mm-hmm.
a way that we can take our power back from
Mm-hmm.
a hard situation, or looking at our part, like, how did I create this? Looking at how we're co-created a difficult dynamic, I think too can be very powerful,
Mm-hmm.
because if we created it, then we can change it.
And we did create it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the possibilities lie. The possibility of us having what we want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we want is to be connected. What I
Mm-hmm.
want in the car is to be connected. And if I move into curiosity and interest and enthusiasm, I get to be connected. And that in that moment of time, that starts to clear that victim.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important just to recognize that the world, all of us, it's the water. It's quick.
Why do you think that's super interesting? Like, why do you think this is such a big thing for all of us?
If we move into our childhood and there's we're always told what to eat, when to eat, how to eat. I mean, our autonomy is is taken from us. I mean, we go from crying, coming out, having no boundaries, coming out of the womb, crying, we got fed, if it worked the way we cried, we got fed. We cried, we got changed. We cried, we got to bed. We pretty much got everything we want. And then that starts to change.
Mm-hmm.
And then so just on normal circumstances, we're within a relatively short period of time, we're told when to go to bed. We're told when to eat. Our autonomy is taken away from us
Mm-hmm.
by whether it's good for us or not, it doesn't matter, but our autonomy is taken away. And so then we're at the mercy of people above us. And that's just normal growing up.
So I think in talking about our childhood, we're built in this society where shame is used as a tool to keep us in line.
Mm-hmm.
Even, like, think about school, right? Like, you're an A student, so you're the best. You're a B student, like you're good, but you could be better. You're a C student, like you're barely hanging on. So to take responsibility that we are part of something that's dysfunctional was normally met with shame. Like you did something wrong,
Right.
that's bad. Versus I'm part of something that's not working. What is my part so that I can change it to get what I want? So it's not looked at from a powerful perspective of like me seeing my patterns is super powerful because then I get to see like, hey, this thing I'm doing is not working.
Right.
It's easier to be like, it's your fault.
Yep.
If you changed, everything would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we leave these relationships and then we end up in another relationship and then it's the same ship because we are co-creating this dynamic. But I think that in a way to control or changing behaviors or whatever, shame is such a predominant factor in all of this from a very young age. That for us to look and say, well, what's my part in this from a place of power versus shame is not the norm.
Mm-hmm. And we're and to your point and to the earlier point, we're taught to do what they say.
Yeah, it was survival.
Right. And if we're taught to do what they say, our autonomy is taken from us, and we're at the mercy of their experience. I mean, we're literally at the mercy. So that's the. I mean, it's so deeply enrooted as far as like what victim, how it starts, and it's across the board. It's not something. It's literally across the board. I mean, you're not going to get away from that.
Yeah, there's a great book called The Power of Ted. I forgot the name of the guy that wrote it, per usual.
Power of what?
Isn't it The Power of Ted?
Power of 10?
Ted, T-E-D.
I don't even know that book.
You don't know, you've never read of The Power of Ted?
No.
Yeah, it takes the Karpman Drama Triangle.
I read that book.
And it.
Oh, you told me about that, right?
Yeah, and it makes it like how to change it into something powerful.
Right.
So from persecutor, you can go to coach.
Right.
From rescuer to supporter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot what the last one was.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you telling me about it. We've done it in our workshop. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. So there's a way to kind of handle all these things and transform it into something. Like you can still help someone.
Right.
But not from a place of like, I got to jump in for my value. Or I'm going to help you, and if you don't listen to me, then I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
So support has no strings attached.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
just like we can be honest and have hard conversations with people, but from a place of like, I like coaching, right? Because coaching, we're in this together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being authentic. And I know that you can handle this, by the way. I think our mentor was talking about the Michigan coach yesterday and about how when he watches his players, he kind of sits back, the basketball coach, Bobby Hurley, Danny Hurley, one of the Hurley
It's one
brothers.
of the Hurleys. And he's Bobby Hurley.
He sits back and he watches the players because he's like, hey, I have faith that you can handle this. And then that's what coaching is. And then moving from victim to responsibility of like is empowering. So I love this topic. I can never get enough of this topic.
Either.
It is my life's work. Somebody once called me a ninja victim because they're like, man, you go to victim, like it's a smooth transition for me.
That's good.
And everybody's there to rescue. Everybody wants to rescue me.
Right. Yeah. And you're unrescuable.
Oh, and I'm so unrescuable.
That's the problem. You can't even, when you're a victim, you can't even be rescued.
No,
Nope.
I got my heels in.
Nope.
And I pull people into my victim with the rescuing. But so I love this. Thank you for indulging me in this conversation.
I love this conversation.
And
we'll talk about this always.
Yeah.
We will.
This is a daily check-in for me.
I mean, it is too. I mean, look, this morning within, a relatively short period of time getting up.
Yeah. So what do you think are some big takeaways from three big takeaways from today's conversation?
if you're not powerful, if you're not feeling powerful and free, you're on the victim triangle. It's happening all the time to everyone. And responsibility is the way off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking responsibility doesn't equal shame. Responsibility equals freedom.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for moving into participation on Hamilton this morning.
I did. I'm very happy. I know more about that than I ever did.
I'm literally like almost crying in the car listening
I
to
know
it because
you
it's
are.
just
It was very
so
sweet. It
nostalgic
was
of
sweet
me
to
and my
watch.
daughters.
I know. It's sweet. It's sweet to be a part of it.
But yeah, I just want to remind everybody this is all in our book,
Mm-hmm.
Courageous Connection, How to Transform Your Life and Create Extraordinary Love That Lasts. And it's on Amazon. It's on barnesandnobles.com. You can also go on our website, www.courageousheartscoaching.com. And thank you for tuning in, as always, to our podcast.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.